y, okay, we're going to take this, and they don't want to be called y anymore. They want to be called -4. So where the y is in the second one, we're going to put a -4.
Teachers, apologize for this interruption. We had a late bus, but they should all be in class. Mr. Roney is in the process of sending you a list, and if you would, please double check your attendance once he sends that to you and mark them present. That would greatly help our attendance. He's in the process of sending that to you. They should have been in class by 7:55, so all should be in class. They did not have a pass. We apologize for that. Thank you so much. Have an awesome morning.
Okay, so we have 6x, and I'm just writing this out. 6x plus, which I wrote out, 2. And again, their name is not y anymore. What's their new name? -4. Okay, now, anytime you re-plug in, we need to put parentheses. So we know that there was a change made. Okay, so we're going to say parentheses -4. And again, I'm just following along with this. Equals -8. Okay, and now we continue to solve, okay? And our first step is going to be to multiply those two. So what is 2 times -4? Because that's what this means, parentheses. Try again. -8. So it's going to be 6x minus 8 equals -8. Okay, the only part we did was that. Okay, and now if we're looking at this equation, who needs moved? We're solving for x now. Who needs moved? The -8. Okay, and more specifically this -8. So we're going to say plus 8, because we do the opposite, plus 8. Okay, well these ones cancel, which is what we want. So on this side we have 6x equals, okay, well what is -8 plus 8? 0. Okay, and then what needs done? Divide by 6. Okay, what is 0 divided by 6? 0. Okay. Okay, and so now we are done-ish. Okay, so in order for us to write this in a solution set, we need to know, and the same goes for teachers, right? I need to know what your actual preference and name is. Now, if you change your name every day, I'm not going to be able to remember it, okay? And when I really struggle is when students that I've known for years decide to change their name, I literally can't get the regular name out of my brain. Like, it's just out of habit. I keep saying, oh, Matthew, and I say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Matthew, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, right? So it's hard for me to go back, okay? So we're going to write whatever their preference is, and again, we write as x comma y, and so my x is 0, that's a for sure. What does my y like to be called? -4. Okay, and so that is actually our solution to that substitution. Remember yesterday we graphed, right? You graphed one line and we graphed another line. Today we're solving one equation and another equation. That is their meet-up point, that's their location, okay? The same as we did yesterday. Okay, so look at number 3. We're going to go ahead and label these, equation 1 and equation 2, okay, and that's more for you and I to have a discussion, but equation 1 and equation 2. Which one says y equals? Equation 2. So that's the one that we're going to circle and plug into the other one. Equation 2 changed their name to what? -3. They don't want to be called y anymore. They want to be called -3. And so that's going to get plugged into the other equation that we don't have circled for the y. Okay, so we're going to write this out. I got -3x. Okay, and if you prefer, you can write this whole top thing like this. Right, I just copied it down. And then go and erase the y and put what? -3, because that's what he likes to be called now. Okay? So you could go with your pencil, you could write it all the way down and then erase right here and put parentheses -3. Okay, if that's easier for some of you. Okay, our very first step is to say 7 times -3. What is 7 times -3? -21. So I'm going to have -3x minus 21 equals negative 12. Okay, who needs to move next? To 21. How do I move a minus 21? Plus 21. So we're going to say plus 21 plus 21. Okay, so I'm going to get negative 3x equals, what is negative 12 plus 21? Hmm? 9? Somebody agree with that? Okay. And then what needs done? Divide by negative 3. Okay, 9 divided by negative 3. Negative 3. Okay, and then we write this out as a coordinate. What are their preferred names? What is x's preferred name? Negative 3. What is y's preferred name? Negative 3.
Wait, so it has the same name, you never changed it?
X and y are two different people.
Oh, two different people, I think it's two different names.
They just wanted to be named the same.
Apparently. Oh, no, I forgot. I'll do it in a second when I'm done teaching. Remind me as soon as I'm done. Okay, flip your page over. The back starts to get a little bit harder. It's just because there's kind of a couple extra steps. Okay, but most of the steps are going to be the same. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and label these. Okay. Which equation says y equals? Equation 2. So that's the one we're going to circle. Okay. Now, instead of y, what does he like to be called now?
Negative 8.
Huh? Instead of y, what does he like to be called now? Huh?
Negative 8.
Negative 6x minus 8. Okay? It's no different than the front, right? The front just said negative 3. Okay? This just says this whole thing. Okay? So it says y and then this. So we're going to take this and the same we did before, we're going to put it up here in the y. Okay? We're going to write down that equation. So you're going to say negative 8x minus 3. Now again, instead of y, what does he like to be called?
Negative 6x minus 8.
Good, so we're gonna, and again, you have to use parentheses, negative 6x minus 8
Or distribute it, right?
equals 24. Yes,
I figured, but I just wanted to make sure.
okay, and although that looks confusing, and I'm just gonna, if you would put right here, okay, this says negative 3y, this is the same, equals 24. Okay, so again, if you like to use the y and then go back through and erase, that's totally fine. Leave yourself a little more room though, okay? Okay, so our first step is gonna be to distribute. So that means this, okay? So we got negative 8x. What is negative 3 times negative 6? Positive 18x. Negative 3 times negative 8.
24, thing.
Positive 24
Oh,
equals, and we have this 24 on the end. Okay, and this is where I said, some of you guys, you're going to have to do the math skills that you know. Okay, if you were to look at this equation, what needs done? The x's, okay? So what is negative 8 plus 18? 10. So we got 10x plus 24 equals 24. Did you check into it? Okay, and then what needs done?
subtract 24.
Minus 24 from both sides. Okay, well, what is 24 minus 24? 0. Okay, and then what needs done? divide by 10.
X equals 0. So how are we gonna like,
Same thing.
Okay, so we have the x, yes? We can all agree on that? Yes? Okay, now here's where it starts to change, because, and this is where, again, if we're just using our example, right? I think I know what the person likes to be called, but do they have a single digit name? No. Okay, and so you take this, okay, and we're gonna plug it in up there. Okay? So, and again, this is gonna come with practice, and that's why we're gonna do this for a couple days. Okay? So we're gonna take this, and it's gonna get plugged into whatever we have circled up here for the x. Okay? So it's really gonna look like y equals, and we said earlier it was negative 6x minus 8, so negative 6. And instead of x, what do we know that x is now? 0. Okay, so we're gonna put the 0 there. Okay, to save yourself some work, you can type all that in your calculator. So you can type in negative 6, parenthesis, 0, close parenthesis, minus 8. Okay, and what do you get? Negative 8. Okay, and now that you guys can see, you used a lot of space, yeah, so if you're run out, then make sure you write smaller in the next one. Okay, and then our last step is to write that as a coordinate. What is x's preferred name?
0.
0. What is y's preferred name?
Negative 8.
-8. Okay, it was this one. Matthew, you want to take your watch?
no, I'm saying.
Okay, last one, look at number 7. We're going to say equation 1 and equation 2. Which equation are we going to circle?
1.
Equation 1, because that's the one that says y equals. Okay, so we're going to circle this one, and we're going to plug it into the y on the other one. Okay, so we get 3x plus 6. Instead of y, what am I writing? 3x minus 2 equals negative 12. What is my next step?
Distribute the 6 from the 3x and the negative 3.
Yeah, we're going to distribute. So we got 3x plus, what is 6 times positive 3?
18.
18.
Plus
We get 18x.
or minus 12.
Okay, and then 6 times negative 2 is going to be minus 12. Okay, what's your next step?
The x's.
Yeah, we're going to combine the x's. So 18 plus 3. 21x minus 12 equals negative 12. Okay, and then what needs done? Add 12. So I'm going to get 21x equals 0. Okay, and then what?
Divide by 21.
Divide by 21. Okay, now I know it may feel like, but it just so happened that these were 0 this time. Okay, they're not always going to be. So we have our x solved. Okay, and then if you need to, look at the one above. But what did we do with that? Okay, look at mine. I circled the x and what did I do with it?
Oh,
I plugged it in all the way up here, remember, into the one I had circled above. Okay? And so you're gonna take this and we're gonna plug it in all the way. And if you don't have the arrows like I do, then maybe write them so that way when you're doing yours on your own, then you know. Okay? So we're gonna plug that in up there. So we get y equals y equals 3. Instead of x, what am I writing? 0 minus 2. Okay, and again, this is the parts that you can plug in your calculator. You can say 3 parentheses 0, close parenthesis, minus 2.
negative 2.
Negative 2. What is x's preferred name?
0.
0. What is y's preferred name?
Negative 2.
Negative 2.